Good morning. It is January 17th, a Friday at 10:10 a.m. Central Time. And today I want to, I'm going to create a video on money flow and most active. These are intraday scans. And I want to show you how they're set up and how I'm using them. So just remember, as always, the market is your teacher. Today's a big up day, and I don't know exactly what the news is, but there was a big pre-market push, and it's looks like a trend day. Okay, as always, any stock index or ETF mentioned in this presentation is not a recommendation to buy or sell. All trading strategies are used at your own risk. If you want to try the high growth stock software, just go to highgrowthstock.com. You can try it free for 30 days without entering a credit card number. Now, the first thing I want you to do, if you want your indexes to look like mine, is go to the global index options. And what I want you to do is do not use the default internal filter anymore. I found this working with a customer that they were getting the wrong number of stocks, like in this column here, securities in index. And that's because it was eliminating stocks that were less than $5. So what I've done is I have selected no filter. So on the filter, just make sure you click on that and then go down and locate no filter. And then these numbers will be correct where we have a column that tells the number of securities in a HGSI index. Now, notice that I'm indexing a lot longer than most people. You can do it for 52 weeks, but I've gone to 3 years, 156, because I want VPA flags in the indexes, and they don't start until after 120 sessions. So why don't I show you? So just set this up, and then when you click on OK, it's going to ask you to rebuild all of your indexes. I'm going to cancel that, and I'm just going to bring up the NASDAQ 100, and then I'm going to drop down here into HGSI index charts, and we'll just go down to, here's a weekly chart that I put in. It's a chart number 12 under the, well, let me show you. It's not under most used charts. It's down here under the HGSI index charts, and it's weekly trend chart accumulation acceleration. And notice that this is 3 years worth of data, and it's all white up to this point. And then right here on 5/10/24, the week of, it starts generating colors for the VPA trends and also the VPA signals. Now these numbers over to on the right hand side tell me the performance of this index over a 3-year period, because I'm going back 3 years. If you do it 52 weeks, these numbers will tell you the 52-week performance. But it really doesn't matter because, as you know, indexes change all the time. So that is really not a true number, I should say. Now I'm going to change this. I'm just going to go back to my most used charts, and I'm going to select a weekly chart in here. And I've put the VPA support and resistance lines in this chart, and here's the intraday chart here. But I'm in an index, and I want to get out of here. What I'm going to do is go to all securities by holding my alternate space bar down, and then I'm going to close this, and I'm going down to category trades. Let me close everything up so you can see where I am. Intraday money flows, stocks, and industry groups. So what I want to do is do a manual update, since I'm not updating automatically right now. I have to find my menu and then update intraday now. It only takes about 30 seconds. and it's updating everything. And the next thing I will do is I will go into my designer, because I want to go under industries, even though nothing's showing here because of the filter. Doesn't matter. Just rebuild indexes and group. And what it's doing, it's rebuilding the HCSI industry groups with the latest information. Now this column over here currently says 4.03% for the cruise lines, and after this is updating, it takes a few seconds for this to change. We'll see if there's any change. Doesn't look like it. So what do we have here? There's 1,481 securities that are up in with the intraday money flow in. Now what's money flow? The way I have the filter set up, if the range is 50% or above and the price is up, that means money flow to me. Now look what the second group is, or the third group, so I'm sorry, financials, other financial services. These are all generally Bitcoin related indexes. You can see they're all in here. And that's because Bitcoin is up $4,500 today. Don't ask me why. But these stocks are all participating. Also, look at the intraday price change on some of these. The percentage, let's see, Bitcoin's currently up 4.56%. And you can see these percentages on these, some of these stocks are somewhere in that range. So that's the second group. And the third group is semiconductor devices. And this is all, you can see that this column, everything is 50% or above. You won't see any red in here. It's either green or yellow. And the combo rank is the, like I said, the industry percentage price change one day. Now I'm going to drop down to the next one, and this is, all this one's doing is changing the combo to what I call a demand combo intraday, and this is based on the percentage price change and the percentage volume. Well, let me show you the combo. It's just easier to look at it than these are all weighted equally. Range, intraday price change, and intraday volume. So at 33% apiece. And you can see that the top stock on here is an internet-based services because it best fits this criteria. But if we look across here, you can see that it's been negative, the 3 below the 6 for 12 days, and the VPOC for 7 days has an RS rank of 3, and it's a $1.33 stock. So you need to look at all this other information, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. And you can see that it's a junk stock with traders, speculators jumping into it today trying to bottom fish it. But look at the weekly chart over here, just a disaster. So if you don't want to waste your time looking at these cheap stocks, make sure you look at the intraday last and look for stocks more in your price range. Now here's Mara Holdings. I believe that's Bitcoin related. Let's just see what it is. Other financial services. Yeah, it's a digital asset technology company. So that's in high demand. As you can see, there's an effort to rise here. Volume pocket pivot. And a big gap up. In fact, if you look at this column right here, it tells you the gap was 5.05%. I'm going to click on this gap. Let's look at some of these. Here's another one of these other financial services, and you can see that the frenzy has started or continues. So that's up. The gap was 27%. Channel Therapeutic Group, this Gap was 13.54%. Cheap stocks. Now you can see the VPA flags over here, but if you go down to the next one, it says VPA. All of these stocks had a VPA signal yesterday, and you can see a lot of them were down, but they're up today. There's money flowing into them today. Yesterday, there was an effort to fail. So if I bring this up, you can see another inexpensive stock. There it is, but buyers are coming in. Bottom fishers are trying to take advantage of it. Now, we're in all securities, so you're going to get a lot of junk. What I suggest doing is going down either to the HCSI groups up here, which have all been updated this week, or you can go down to my market analysis user groups and select any of these. So let's just go into NASDAQ 100 stocks. And I'll sort on raw combo. This is intraday demand. You can see that Costco is at the top of the list based upon the criteria that I showed you for money flow. Up 1.88%. Look at the price, $937. Intraday range, 97.19. Last versus the low. Well, forget about that. I look at that column occasionally, but the volume is heavy, and the gap was 1.1%. Now, I thought the price sounded expensive. I haven't looked at Costco for quite some time, but look, it's down from its high around $100, and here money is flowing into it today. It's a feeding frenzy. MicroStrategy, which is heavily invested in Bitcoin, you can see this is up. Now, I'm just using white VPA charts today, not looking at any of the other indicators except in the warehouse. And you can see that here is a low volume test. Then it moved up another low volume test and a confirmation of that test today. Now this is a stock that doesn't even have a PE. And look at the revenue and earnings. And the current quarterly estimate is for 0. I don't know how accurate that is, but I mean, this is just related to Bitcoin. It's purely speculative. We'll see how things look down the road a year or two, but right now there's a feeding frenzy for these Bitcoin stocks because Trump somehow thinks he's going to eliminate the national debt with cryptocurrencies. That remains to be seen. So let's go back up. You can go through all these yourself. They're all self-explanatory, but let's go back to this one, to the NASDAQ 100, and this is industries up. I was just looking at those with VPA flags. So sorting on raw combo, you can see this column here, the securities and industry. These are all in the semiconductors, and you can see there are 68 semiconductors in that group. And in the NASDAQ 100, these are the ones that are sorted according to percentage price change on the industry. Now let's drop this down here and change it to demand. And demand puts PayPal at the top. Now the group it's in, payment and data processors, there's 23. This is why I wanted you to change that indexing so these numbers are all correct. We know the exact number of stocks in this group. Let's change to the industry group. Now these are the ones that have money flow in out of this group. And if you look over here, you can see that several of them are doing fine. And here's one, DLO, I know nothing about it, but it's trading at 100% of its daily range, up 2.93% percentage points up today. And you can see there's a couple of BPA flags here. So there is some money flowing into this stock today. Okay, I'm going to go back to the list, but you can just go top down into any of these groups by clicking on a security, change to the industry group, and it takes you directly there, and you can see how they're doing today. All of these have money flow in. Some are doing better than others. Now this video is already at 16 minutes, so I'm going to stop it, and then I'll come back and make a second video in a couple of minutes, and I'm going to talk about the most active stocks.